Unfortunately, this shop looks a lot like many others throughout this beautiful country. All the work in the world, all the work you need, and nobody to fix it. So this is part of a problem that's been building for many, many, many years. There's a lot of work to be done, even more so now since COVID. A lot of places have great training plans. They have a method and a process. A lot of shops have the SOPs down really, really well. They've been working on these for decades, finding out the right way to do things and getting them done right. But there's still a missing piece that's causing this technician shortage to keep getting wider and wider rather than narrower and narrower. Let's delve into this missing piece. So we've been trying a lot of different ways of doing this, but the pieces just still don't seem to fit. There's still an element for success that's missing, something with the structure and the process that will allow this to move forward and for technicians to continue to grow and develop within this industry. So the target for this missing piece is right here. This is what we're looking for. I think everybody knows and can identify that. The problem is we don't know exactly how to get there. So what we've learned so much over the last several years, the CCI has been around, is that millennials and Gen Z have different motivations and goals and ethics. Well, CCI knows how to translate that. We've been doing this for a while now. It's dangerous to mismatch trainers and trainees. We test personality and profile and learning styles to make sure that if there is a mismatch, we suggest a change or a shift towards somebody that's going to be a better match so that you don't end up burning either trainers out or burning apprentices out before their time. Techs don't know how to train. They weren't really taught to do this. It wasn't how they were brought up necessarily. CCI trains technicians to transfer their skills to others. A lot of shops want a quick fix. They want to, order something and have it installed and be done and move on to the next problem. That isn't actually working. It hasn't worked for decades. What we do at CCI is help you focus on the big picture, the long-term goals of having and sustaining growth within your staff in your shops. Apprentices are productive in the first 90 days of training in this program. Shops want to keep them in production. What we do is help shops reinforce the 80-20 rule. 80% of the time they're working as a helper with their trainer, and 20% of their time they're actually learning new skills or practicing those skills they've just learned. General managers tend to focus on production and not training. We support the general manager, the trainer, and the trainee in this process to help it be successful. Shops adapt. CCI's structure, curriculum, and process helps them with their existing plan and program to become successful. To get started on your 5-year 0 to an ATEC plan, consider developing a culture of learning in your business, adapting the way you think, speak, and act about millennials and Gen Zs. Revise your employee development and compensation plans. Rewrite your operations and employee manuals. Allow for flexibility in work schedules with flex time and teams. Regularly meet about learning and the shift in the culture within your own environment. Engage millennials and Gen Zs to help with this. Put them in charge of it. They'll do a great job. Adapt to attract and explain to retain. So in this 5-year plan, hopefully you've been working on it, at least some elements of it for the last couple of years. A shift in culture for your business. Begin hiring millennials and Gen Zs and helping them get connected with a good mentor and maybe recruiting them from porters or friends and family and others that have observed you over your career in developing your business and making things work well. The next step is to promote them to a C-level or an entry-level technician position where they can learn from their trainer and their mentor how to do things better. And then learn to promote them, whether it's from a C-Tech to a B-Tech or from a junior estimator to a senior estimator. Have a plan in place to help promote them through the program. And then get them to the next level. They're an in-charge technician. Maybe have them also training someone else that's a newbie coming in. This all works really well for reinforcing what they've already learned. The last step is to promote them to an A-level technician. And even at that point, growth is not done, development is not done. They have to continue learning. As each of our technicians do, things keep changing. Cars and technology have been changing rapidly over the past several years. We need to stay up with that as things continue to change. And so there's a never-ending process. So how to do this from a novice to an A-level technician? Well, do it through apprenticeships. Grow your own, write in your own business in a guided, structured, and embraced program at the shop. So how do you get it done? You got to look for potential trainers. Look for those apprentices that you have on your own staff. Maybe a parts driver, maybe a CSR, maybe it's a porter, or maybe somebody working on the wash rack. Start one or more of those apprenticeships in your shop. Create a dependency on the apprenticeship. Provide tools, but tie those tools to their completion of the program and staying with the shop at least a year or two after they're done with their training. So when you're looking for these potential trainers, these mentors, you're looking for somebody with a teacher gene, somebody that wants to give back to the industry. Could be young or old, but they have a high quality work standard. They're not necessarily the fastest tech in the shop. That's not necessarily who you're looking for. You're looking for the right attitude and the right personality style. They're teachable themselves. They like to learn new ways of doing things. They don't consider that they know everything just because they've been in the business for so long. They like to explain things, and they do it well. They have a history of working well with helpers. They're basically like a triage tech, the one that everybody goes to when they're in trouble with a repair. Could be a younger person, a millennial with great skills, or even a B-level tech. It doesn't have to be an A-level tech to do this job. They need to be willing to do what it takes to become successful as a trainer. So when you're looking for different apprentices, so potential apprentices could be your porters or helpers or parts assistants, drivers, customer service reps, families, friends, neighbors, and associates. Organizations that you go to regularly, like your church, associations, schools, or other associations you belong to. And military veterans are another great source for high quality, previously trained people that just need to adjust their training toward a new field, and this can help them get there. Bring apprentices into your shop. Bring them in and show them what the shop is like. Give tours. Go to your local community college and regional occupational programs and speak to them and help them understand the opportunities that exist for your organization and for them to develop within it. Look for repair planners, junior estimators, C-level painters, or entry-level painters. When you're looking at putting the apprentice at the center of this training opportunity, you need to provide adequate support for them. Consider the trainer, somebody that's actually going to mentor them and train them in developing all the skills that they have. They need to learn how to transfer that. Somebody that's going to manage the process. Could be a training manager, could be just a part-time role of somebody that already works in the office maybe, or maybe a shop foreman. This is somebody that's going to monitor and manage the process to make sure that everything's going well. And then each of the trainees should have an advocate. They need somebody that's going to be on their side, a friendly voice that they can go to and talk to when things aren't going well. A lot of times they won't share that with their trainer or with a manager. They consider that intimidating. But if they have a friendly ear they can go to and talk to about an issue, maybe there's a conflict in personality or style or whatever it might be, that advocate can actually work on behalf of the shop, the trainer, and the apprentice to smooth things over and make things well again. They assure progress with the trainer. The trainer and the manager work together on transferring those skills to the apprentice. And then they adapt training between the advocate and the manager to assure that learning is going to continue taking place. And at the center of this whole process is the apprentice themselves. So in the apprenticeship centered training, the shop employee provides the hands-on learning. So that's the trainer. And the the trainee advocate is the person that actually works with everyone to assure that there's greater success. The training manager adapts the curriculum to improve learning, to make sure that things are going well in your location and your site, in your region of the country with your people. Nobody knows them better than you do, and your training manager should be keenly aware of these previous skills and their work history and help them be able to connect better with their trainer and with the curriculum. The coach would be somebody that validates those skills before they advance to the next level. We don't just pass through. You want to make sure that they have demonstrated multiple times every skill in the program. And that evidence is built in the curriculum so that you can have actually a digital portfolio of all the work that they've done and every skill that they've performed multiple times. Not just somebody doing a one and done and saying, yeah, they've done that. They do a good job. It's actually validated and you have the digital record of it. So if you have a C-level technician within the next 18 months, ICAR certified, trained, and proficient in your shop's SOPs, what would that be worth to you? Consider it. It's costing you hundreds of thousands of dollars a year to not have one entry-level technician. So find what's missing. And the missing piece of the puzzle will help you become successful in the coming years. If you have any questions or thoughts about this, feel free to contact us. Contact information is on the screen, and we're happy to help any way we can. The program costs for boot camp, which is a 48-week, 6 job shadows and half day with a trainer each day, is $395. The trainer boot camp, which teaches your mentors how to transfer their skills to others, is $395 as well. That's likewise a 4 to 6 week program where they learn to adapt on how to transfer their skills to others. These are generally run concurrently. So if you have an apprentice and a trainer, they're both going through a boot camp at the same time, but they're not the same content or courses. Any single trainee course, whether it's a body technician course or a painter course or an estimator course, those are $795 a piece. And those typically run from 12 to 16 weeks, but are self-paced. And they're skills-focused courses. For the purchase of an entire track or a program, is $3,200. For 0 to a C to a B level technician would be $3,200. This allows for a no-cost replacement of a trainee if they drop out early before completing their program. Skills Tracker workbooks run $195 a piece. This is a physical printed book at over 360 pages in high-resolution color that help the technician and the trainee track the skills that they're developing and all the repetitions that they do. And then we also have an instructor guide to that workbook, which help the trainers and the training managers stay on target with how to deliver their skills to their apprentices. It also has work samples of every assignment that's in the workbook as well as in the online courses. And both of these workbooks correlate exactly with the courses that are in CCI's curriculum. This cost includes all of the ICAR Pro Level 1 certification and training and testing required in the program to become Pro Level 1 certified. Included in this are monthly webinars for the trainees, the trainers, and training managers. Help them stay on target with what things, how things work. And if they're having troubles, can help keep them on track. Currently averages about $198 per month per apprentice, in the average of about just a few dollars a day. Happy to help you any way we can.